Hi, my name's Tammy Harmer. I've been a reporter for 3 years, and I love to get involved in every story I do. I always go the extra mile, and here's a taste of how I could bring that to your station.
People will actually try to ride this current by the tree, and what happens is when they get close to it, they will actually end up flipping their boat.
This 7-foot boa constrictor has been living at the Idaho Falls Animal Shelter and been feeding on squirrels.
Missoula rural firefighters may only be training, but in a matter of weeks it'll be a reality as they race to the top of 69 flights of stairs.
When there's an accident, you have to use any kind of entry or exit that you can find. Over 35 dogs, both large and small, filled the sidewalks, while hundreds of people came to see if they'd find their new best friend. And volunteers were hoping that their dogs would find a new bed to sleep in tonight.
The 5 armed men exited out these doors and went in an unknown direction. First officer to be shot on the Idaho Falls Police Department, and he says after 2 shootings in the summer of 1985, the department started buying vests for their officers. Jensen tells me the best thing to do right now is to educate yourself, because the #1 reason people pull out of the stock market is because they get scared.
The family was able to put the cross back in the same spot it was taken from only a few days ago. Police are still investigating on this, and to see if it has a connection with the common sense robbery, I will continue to work on this story throughout the day to bring you the latest on Local News 8 at 5 and 6. Idaho Falls Police Department is working with the Bonneville County Sheriff's Office to see if there's any connection with the gun store robbery earlier this week. The 3 arrested teens are facing charges of burglary, robbery, and there could be more to come. Live in Idaho Falls at the Bonneville Courthouse, I'm Tammy Harmer. And as you can see, there's softball players behind me. Hopefully they're wearing sunscreen, because that's one thing we learned today, that it's important to protect yourself during all 4 seasons.
I mean, it's picking up trash. It's so simple, and it makes such a big difference. When we rode out on those horses, it was, I mean, a night and day from going out and then coming back to see what the inmates had cleared. It was amazing.
The streets department says they're actively trying to fill holes whenever they see one, or if someone calls and reports one.
Along with reporting, I'm also a weekend anchor, and I know how to bring stories to life for our viewers. Breaking news for you tonight. President Obama has confirmed during his speech that Osama bin Laden is dead. The U.S. does have his body. Good evening. Tonight, nearly a week after Osama bin Laden was killed, we have a glimpse into the world's most wanted man while he hid from a global manhunt. The remarkable pictures come from a material seized last Sunday by a SEAL team that stormed bin Laden's hideout and gunned him down. Just days away from the Mississippi River flooding, residents are deciding whether to stay put and ride it out or pack up and get out of town. Captain Awesome says he is also an ordained minister.
Sure, people are going to take him seriously now.
Oh, yeah. I think I might want him to marry me.
Oh, because then you'd be Tammy Awesome?
I would be Tammy. Well, no, to do my marriage ceremony. No, that my fiance might have a problem with me actually marrying another man.
Sorry.
But Tammy Awesome would be kind of cool. It's a case of mistaken identity and now threats over a winning lottery ticket. Today, hundreds are honoring the victims of a deadly twister in Joplin, Missouri. President Barack Obama is in the tornado-ravaged town to attend a memorial service. He will also tour the area, which was mostly wiped out by one of the worst tornadoes in decades. 3 teens are in the hospital after a pre-prom date went horribly wrong.
And we as journalists, we just have to stay right in the middle.
Exactly.
That's right.
Right. We don't have an opinion.
Yeah. So we don't have much to say on that story.
No.
So you can take it as you mean. But we can say that it's a holiday, so we all should just be happy and merry.
Actually, I was going to say, I really liked the Christmas tree. That was my favorite part. Beautiful Christmas tree. Yeah. Well, many are familiar with Yellowstone National Park. Right outside is West Yellowstone. And when it was believed to be hit by tornadoes, I was the first on the scene to show why this was so unusual.
Next thing I knew, and I glanced up again, all I saw was a huge, I mean, it had to be a 100-foot long section of roof, the entire roof from one side of the building to the other, flying through the air.
Hotels, cars, homes, and RVs, all damaged by Mother Nature, something no one could have predicted. Sights like these are not unusual to see around West Yellowstone as strong winds tore the roofs off many buildings on Saturday afternoon.
There's a lot of dense, cold air inside the storm. And since that dense cold air is quite heavier than the air around it, it crashes down to the ground. And once it makes impact to the ground, it can speed away quickly in all directions.
It was scary. Lots of debris everywhere. and there were like little funnel clouds, and we thought, no way, no way. And it got closer, and the clouds got really low. One set of clouds was going one way, the other set was going the other way, and all of a sudden, boom, it got dark and stuff started flying up in the air.
You could just see sheets of rain, and the trees were like bending way over. It is a piece of wood that actually flew and was in the tree.
NWS does want to warn people that tornadoes can happen anywhere and at any elevation. But for the hotels, the excitement the tourists felt is lasting longer than just a day.
I've got all my crew working as fast as I can. I've got people coming in from out of state to help us, as everyone else that's here is already tied up.
Hotels are losing a lot of business. One hotel had to relocate 40 guests, and another hotel had to relocate 20 guests. Tammy Harmer, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And here's a fun extra when Jimmy Kimmel picked up one of my segments and used it on his show.
This is a duck who built a nest right next to a Chick-fil-A.
Folks are stopping by a New Jersey Chick-fil-A, not for the chicken, but for the duck. Take a look at this mother duck whose nest is right next to the fast food menu sign. The nest was discovered after landscapers cleared some overgrowth to prepare for spring planting. The duck has several eggs in her nest.
Some ducks out there with some eggs. That's where we get our chicken from, I guess.
Probably guess. I didn't know that. Chickens come from ducks, and ducks come from geese. It's Hakuna Matata.
Thanks for taking the time to watch a sample of my work. You can reach me in the information provided at the end of the tape. Hoping to be reporting for you soon, I'm Tammy Harmer.